Okay, so I just got done watching a video by Irate Bear called What the Fuck is a Hate Incident? UK Hate Speech.
Today's video is an odd one, guys. The last couple of days I've been speaking on the UK's hate speech laws and have mentioned them in at least one video and one livestream. What I'd like to do is just go through the Citizens Advice website, which explains the laws without all the legal mumbo-jumbo we saw in my collaboration with Sinatra Says.
I initially wasn't going to make this video. I was just like, is there a point to even make this? Like, it just seems like it's a lost cause at this point. Some of the things that they point out here is just absolutely bizarre. And they quite frankly make absolutely no sense. I mean, like, take this for example. What type of incidences can be a hate incident? Hate incidences can take many forms. Here are examples of hate incidences. Verbal abuse like name calling and offensive jokes. What? After reading through this a little bit more, I really found myself conflicted with how I can actually talk about this, and quite frankly I couldn't find any way of being able to talk about it properly, so I'm just using this video to vent, whilst also mentioning a few things that we used to do that if we did today, they would be considered as things like homophobic, or hate speech, or offensive jokes, and so on and so forth. They may even be considered as things like harassment, or even like threats of violence and whatnot. Like, this is satirical material I'm about to get into, done by huge famous actors like Eddie Murphy, for example.
The Police and Crown Prosecution Service have agreed a common definition of hate incident. They say something is a hate incident if the victim or anyone else think it was motivated by hostility or prejudice based on one of the following things: disability, race, religion, transgender identity, sexual orientation.
The example I wanted to use with Eddie Murphy was back in the 80s, he made a joke regarding Mr. T. How many of you remember this joke?
I have this nightmare that I go to Hollywood and find out that Mr. T is a faggot.
Well, for those of you who don't know and aren't aware of what it is I'm talking about, Eddie Murphy, back in the 80s, on a DVD called Delirious, he did an impersonation of Mr. T fucking a boy and then ripping the boy's dick off with his asshole.
I kid the homosexuals a lot because they homosexuals. I fuck with everybody. I don't give a fuck.
We have movies like Monty Python's The Life of Brian. We have tons of different... I'm not even going to go into the countless forms of satirical material out there, like newspapers and... you know where I'm going to go with this.
Now you have adults going, I was offended, and I have rights. Well, so what? Be offended. Nothing happens. You're an adult. Grow up. Deal with it.
I'm sure much of what I'm saying is coming out as totally convoluted, not really making all that much sense and so on. But I feel like I just said at the start of the video, this is just a rant, this is just a venting tool right now. I looked up a few different things as well just to see, you know, how far this thing goes. And basically, arrests for hate incidences have escalated in the UK quite a lot. In the past 5 years, actually. A total of 2,500 Londoners have been arrested over the past 5 years for allegedly sending offensive messages via social media. In 2015, 857 people were detained, up 37% since 2010. The Communications Act of 2003 defines illegal communication as using public electronic communications network in order to cause annoyance, inconvenience, or needless anxiety. I get the last one, but the first two... Annoyance? The synonyms for annoyance are as follows: nuisance, source of irritation, pest, bother, and so on. Breaking the law carries a 6-month prison term or a fine of up to £5,000. 6 months in jail for annoying someone or being an inconvenience.
The fact that the victim can decide whether they believe something to be a hate incident is very worrying to me. I mean, for fuck's sake, have these people never read YouTube comments?
Harm or damage to things such as your home, pet, or vehicle. You've just combined two inanimate objects with a living creature here. No! Just think about this for a sec. This vague as fuck. Causing damage to your home is a hate incident. Or your vehicle. Now I'm gonna end this tangent with the most brutal of them all. Throwing rubbish into a garden.
How do you make it an offence to offend people? Being offended is subjective. That has everything to do with you as an individual, or a collective, or a group, or a society, or a community, your moral conditioning, your religious beliefs. What offends me may not offend you, and you want to make laws about this?
Okay, so the camera just stopped, which is a clear sign for me to stop talking. 20 minutes is my leeway. But definitely go and check out the original video by Irate Bear. Definitely worth your time. Will give you a good laugh, and possibly may very well confuse and irritate you as much as it did me. Oh my god, you, my friend, have just committed a hate incident.
As the situation in the UK gets progressively worse, I'm sure more and more of these hate incidents will occur.
The world just seems to be going absolutely nuts lately, and I just don't understand what the hell is going on. If you guys like this video, please give the video a thumbs up. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, and until next time, peace. Blah, 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 blah. Boop.